The U.S. is giving the green light to NATO allies to provide fighter jets to Ukraine. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the Biden administration could go as far as backfilling the needs of those countries if they do provide defense resources to Ukraine. Hundreds of protesters rallied near the White House today, calling for more support to deter the Russian invasion. NewsNation correspondent Jesse Tenura is live in the nation's capital here in the U.S. And Jesse, what else are politicians calling for?
Rutabe, there's also a growing list of bipartisan lawmakers calling on President Biden to ban imports of Russian oil. But U.S. officials did make it clear today that that and other negotiations are ongoing.
Slava Ukraini!
A handful of lawmakers joined a large pro-Ukraine crowd outside the White House Sunday.
Today, we are all Ukrainians.
They want the U.S. to maintain its strong support for Ukraine that could come next in the form of fighter jets.
We're looking at it very, very actively.
In Moldova, Secretary of State Antony Blinken said the U.S. and Poland are in talks to send Polish Air Force planes to Ukraine. The U.S. would send jets to backfill in Poland. While Blinken said he couldn't give a timeline on that, he highlighted the growing humanitarian crisis from the war.
An estimated 240,000 people from Ukraine have crossed the border into Moldova, fleeing for their lives.
Officials say well over 1 million people, mostly women and children, have fled Ukraine. Back here in Washington, lawmakers from both parties are urging the president to stop importing oil from Russia. On ABC's This Week, U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, said President Biden is still weighing that option.
We're trying our best to minimize the impact on our own country, on our own energy security, as well as the energy security around the world.
But Florida Republican Senator Marco Rubio made it clear there are limits to what the U.S. is willing to do to support Ukraine. Ukraine wants NATO to enforce a no-fly zone over the country. Rubio said that is off the table.
It means World War III.
Ukraine is also asking its allies to label President Putin as a war criminal. Now, Secretary Blinken did say today that the U.S. is analyzing and documenting credible reports, and that includes deliberate attacks on civilians and the use of certain banned weapons. In Washington, I'm Jesse Tenor.
Jesse, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.